So first thing you do is go to your Freenas UI in the web UI. Go to the shell right here, and right here where you see the shell. This is where you want to type that when you're on Freenas, and then for Freenas you would type this, but you're on Truenas, so you just do this one. And then to actually make the plugin from that, that was just fetching the GitHub repository for it. You type in this, and now you just have to wait a little while for it to actually install. And yeah, I'm gonna pause the recording for a bit while it installs. Install is almost finished. Okay, once it looks like this, you know it's done. Once it does look like this, from here you go to the Jails tab and let it load. From here, I have, as you can see, a few of them. So mine installed as Mineos-plugin underscore 2, and you go into the shell. This is where you type and then you let this install. It'll be a little bit. Okay, so it has finished installing. It'll say to make these changes permanent, you do blah blah blah, which you can ignore because. And then from here, you go back to Jails, let it load a bit. You go here and restart the jail. And then from here, what you do is you go to plugins, and yeah, you go to the MineOS. I'm gonna pause it while okay, you log in. You're here. From here, you go to profiles. Yeah, worry me for a second, and then go to the profile you want, which from what I've seen you are downloading 1.16.3. I do the recommended one instead of doing the latest. Recommended is normally more stable, but they're generally the same. But just in case, hit the recommended. Did it? Yeah. Let that install. And then once that finishes installing, or while it installs, go to create new server, name it whatever you want. Actually, for simplicity, I'm just going to do it like this. Oh, there. And then change it to that profile. That. I'm going to allocate more RAM because I have more RAM to allocate. And then you wait for this. Well, it just basically what it's doing is it's just adding the forged server jars to the server folder. That's what the installer does. While you wait for it to do that, you just sit here on the web UI. It'll be up for a little bit and then should go down after, I don't know, a minute or so. Yep, there we go. Now it's down, and from here, you go back to this from the original shell that we installed the plugin from, and change your directory. This is the name of the dataset that I have it in. I've got 3 different datasets or 5 different datasets, whatever. And I have the one with all my plugins in it called IOCage. And then you go to the IOCage folder, which is the same for everything. And then you go to jails, and then you go to the name of the jail, which for mine is Mineos plugin _2. And then you go to root var names. And then what I named it was there. Now we are in the folder for that server. And then from here, you nano to there. And then using the arrow keys, you go to here, you make it slash there. And then do Control S to save it, and then Control X to exit. And then after that, go back to the Mineos UI, change this to the forge jar, and start the server. Now it should launch, and go over here to the logs, you should see it start starting up the server for the first time and generating the world. It'll take a while. Although if you had wanted to import mods into the folder, you should copy them to the mods folder between the previous step of modifying the server config and starting the server for the first time, because some mods work best before the first launch of the server. Although you can always, you can always make a new server, but if that new server doesn't launch the first time, just do the same thing that we had done before, where we did cd to the server folder, and then modify the server.config to add /root, or not, to add the directory and path to the OpenJDK 8 folder. So, yeah. And if you wanted to send a certain port, you go here and modify it and restart, whatever. But yeah, this means the server is working.